Vrooms. Welcome back. It's your boy Johnny Go Vroom with another exciting episode here, ripping around on the V14 from In Motion. That's an electric unicycle that I'm riding. It's got a fast Ace suspension. The pink things, those are my Grizzla power pads. Those are called sync pads. The seat, that is the blue portion, and the yellow portion there with the rear handle blue portion. That's all from Grizzla, as well as the little corner things on the battery boxes there on the electric unicycle. That's all from Grizzla. I'm wearing Adidas, but they don't sponsor me. So this was a nice little ride around on Memorial Day. I really wanted to put a little extra pep in my step and take a different route to the shop. So right now I'm going down 13th here in Gainesville, 13th Street, and it's got a 30 mile an hour speed limit here. So that's right around where the V14 that I'm riding feels comfortable. At a certain point, I realized that this person behind me was kind of keeping a close proximity and really not giving much berth. It made me a little bit nervous. It made my spider senses tingle. I don't know if it was the right thing to do, but I let the person know that, I did have a camera rolling and that that they were on that camera. And maybe this was Karen behavior on my part. I go back and forth on the way that I feel about this. But in the end, I would still do it again because it's not about me not feeling like a Karen or anything like that, really and truly. It's about me not dying when I'm out there on the road. And if I feel unsafe, I'll give this to you. If you feel unsafe, if you feel like there's something weird happening, don't wait until the weird thing happens to you to try to give yourself the berth and the safety that you need inside of any situation. You don't owe anybody anything when it comes to safety. If you're not out here trying to be a bandit and trying to be a butthead to people, and you can see this is like a 30 mile an hour space, and these cars are moving up on me pretty good, no problem at all. And it's not like I'm impeding traffic. I'm trying to stay off of the sidewalk unless I absolutely have to get on the sidewalk. And in certain instances, the way that the road is, I try to make sure that the cars don't have to give me any considerations. Like right here, it's just easier for me to make sure that I give them that turn. This is a very, very high volume turn, so I try to make sure that they don't have to wait for me if they want to take that turn. Dude, if you haven't learned your pendulums, learn your pendulums. If you haven't learned to go backwards, try and learn to go backwards. Everybody has a different route to learning how to go backwards. I've seen some people use gates, like a fence, just trying to roll backwards. I've seen people do this with like little brushes underneath their wheels. Dude, I love the way that the V14 moves. Just the amount of torque that it has. So like deliberate expression of whatever it is that you want to do, it just happens so quick. Now right here, this is why I'm on the sidewalk, because the road gets real narrow right there and there's no way for the cars to really give you any berth. So they really have to put themselves at risk in order to make any room for you. Subsequently, I've learned all these little jumps and bonks that are available in order to have as much fun as I can while I'm out here ripping around and having a good time. Coming up, you're going to see me pull this little slalom maneuver in between some trees and stuff. Always looking, 50 feet ahead, like 30, at least 30 feet ahead, trying to keep my eyes way ahead of me. So that way nobody's jumping out on me. If there's any blind turns, if there's any blind crevices, anything that I can't see, then I'm gonna slow down because I don't want to hurt anybody. And there you go. Yet again, one of the cool things about EUCs, the way that you can just straight move through any terrain with absolute ease, really picking your line however you want to the best of your ability. So really it comes down to how well you can do this or you can do that, So if you can cut, carve, and bonk, then that gives you access to a whole lot of different stuff, That's why. It's like why you'll always hear me preaching the gospel about like making sure that you start on a beginner wheel, like a learner wheel. Everybody's like, I grew out of my learner wheel. Nobody really grows out of the learner wheel, man. Like you're not going backwards, you're not doing like 360s on it. Like if you could do a 360 on like a 30-pound wheel, then I'll give it to you. You might have grown out of it, but that's like flat ground. I mean, like you really got to think about what that means. Like you've outgrown it. Like if you can do every single thing that is imaginable on the wheel, if you checked every single box, balance, agility, forwards and backwards. Like if you checked every single box, then yeah, maybe you've outgrown it. But I've scarcely seen a person who's ever outgrown a beginner wheel in the realist context. I mean, yeah, what they mean when they say that they've outgrown it, what they say is they're like, oh, I can go faster than the wheel can go. And no, that doesn't mean that you've outgrown the wheel. Oftentimes, it just means that you want that extra speed without necessarily having that control. And, I liken it to throwing a turbo or an engine swap on a car without having bigger tires. Or, why would you work on power without control? Like, why would you work on speed without control? Like, the amount of liability goes just so far up when you're looking at that as like the mode of your improvement. And so I say all that because when you really learn a wheel, then you can pick whatever line you want to. The city literally becomes your playground. It's like your oyster. It literally is. And so that's what I'm doing today. Going around, picking, poking, trying to feel out what it is that I want to do. And that's the joy, right? One of the big joys of EUCs is that everything, again, becomes like it was when you were a kid. So everything is like a playground. You're looking for little ramps. You're looking for little stairs, little jumps, anything. Deviations, a slalom, anything that might resemble a racetrack. That's what we're looking for. Every single thing feels like a big accomplishment. And you get tempted to try things like that. And eventually, after trying those things, you get better. And then you try a little bit more. Ultimately, it just gives back youth, vigor, curiosity for the search, for the journey. Because frankly, man, the destination is like hangman stuff. Like that's a destination for everybody. So it's like we're always on this hurry, go, trying to get to where we got to go stuff. And one of the beautiful things, probably the most beautiful thing for me so far about the EUC is that it gives you the chance to truly embrace every single tiny bit of the journey. If this is about squeezing berries like days, like they're berries, like juice for life, right? If that's what it's about, EUCs give you the ultimate press, right? To milk every single drop from each and every single day. Because no matter how many times you take this path or that one, it's always brand new on an EUC. You'll always find awe and wonder in each and every corner on an electric unicycle. And that's something that 4 years in now, oops, I almost busted there, guys. 4 years in, I still can't quite fathom. Dude, this is so epic. Going backwards down these epic stairs right here in front of the UF, the Florida Gators football stadium, the Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. Dude, it's such a crazy trip. But honestly, it seems like they have UF more or less designed for electric unicycles. I'm not going to say that that's actually what it is, but that's what it feels like, because every single thing about that place just lends itself to exploration, fun, and tricks on electric unicycles. It's absolutely bananas. So, did anybody else see that Brian Dillard, along with Begode, they broke the world record on electric unicycles? That's crazy, guys. Crazy. So, what do you think? What do you guys think about that? Right? Like, do you want to go 74 miles per hour on an electric unicycle? Like, if we weren't, because I've seen some people say, this has been a comment, and it's a legit comment. Well, we don't need to go 74 miles an hour. We need innovations and other stuff, or like we need more reliability, right? We need more safety. And I'm absolutely for that. I'm absolutely for that. But, and I'm not trying to be a Begode fanboy in saying this, but if not for this as an advancement, what would you want to see as an advancement? If like as a tangible metric for improvement of an electric unicycle, if not increasing the overhead force speed, and I'm not saying it's good or bad, right? Like removed from that as a notion. If not increasing the overhead force speed on an electric unicycle, what would you sooner have done? A couple of ideas that I could throw out there would be maybe we can innovate on batteries. As far as the type of batteries that we have, I don't know. Maybe that's not even a possibility. Could we innovate on firmware for efficiency? I don't know. But in Begode's defense here, to the people who've kind of scoffed at this 74.5, something like that, mile an hour thing that they've accomplished, it's very plain. The ceiling has been raised. So safety is now just intrinsically, safety has been increased, right? Because if you can have an electric unicycle that'll go 45, 50 miles an hour down to like 10%. Oh, they were so nice. I really appreciated that, man. That was so cool. That will do that down to 12, 15% battery. You have a really, really, really stable platform, right? And I see this car coming up behind me, so I decided that it was time to get on the sidewalk because I wanted to give some wide berth here. Again, it's all about respect. It's all about wide berth. There was going to be nobody on the sidewalk, so I was like, whatever, forget about it. The other day, though, I was going down this road, and there was a truck. It was a little gray truck, and he was pacing me. He was pacing me for speed. And then as I get to the bottom of the hill, he stops dead in the middle of the road, and he balks at me. He's like, "You were going 33, 34 miles an hour." And I said, "Oh, my speedometer must be broken." He's like, "Oh, what were you going?" And I said, I told him 37 is what I thought it was. And his jaw just dropped. You could just see how it just took the wind out of his chest. I think his proposition in his tone was that it wasn't safe to be doing that. And in my mind, I couldn't help but think, whenever this happens, because it's happened a couple of times, well, guys, I don't think it's safe to stop in the middle of the street to, try to parent another grown person out in public, especially when that person, being me in this instance, make sure that I keep a massive watch out for each and every pedestrian and every vehicle, making sure that they, not I, get priority out here in the road, So I'm going to be giving you a little talk here. Oh, check this out. These sidewalks, is this not cool? Like we got these double lane sidewalks out here in Gainesville, so you can be extra safe. Anyway, the music in the beginning, that was my buddy DJ Robzilla. I got a little thing that it's Memorial Day. I get emotional. I got family in the Army, in the Navy, in the Air Force, in the Marines. Like, it's just a big thing, guys. So, in honor of that, I just kind of wanted to take a moment to kind of talk to you guys. So you can cancel it here if you want to, or stick around for the rest. Peace. It's been real, guys. Stay tuned. Got some crazy stuff to talk about soon, guys. You have no idea. So mark your calendars, okay? Mark your calendars. We have June 20th. I get a wheel. I'm going to be showing you a new wheel, guys. June 20th. So mark your calendars, okay? And then, oh boy, have I got a story. Boy, have I got some tea for you guys. I got some tea for you guys. This is some CoffeeZilla level stuff, guys. This is crazy. This is crazy. So stick around. Keep on hanging in there with your boy Johnny over here. And if you've been in the service or you have anybody that is in your family that's been in the service, stick around. You might appreciate some of the words that I have to say. Thanks. Thanks so much, guys. Cheers.
Well,
talk soon.
Happy Memorial Day. You won't see this until later this week. And all I can say is thank you. Whether you chose because you wanted to go, whether you were forced to, by a country that didn't appreciate you as much as they should have, and you've come back to a country that doesn't thank you as much as they should have, I just want to say thank you. I don't have the relationships necessary to truly mourn my brothers or my sisters, because I didn't go. I never fought like that. But I know that I have friends that I've bonded with over much less stressful situations. And I know what those situations mean to me. And I know what those friends mean to me. So if you forge friendships over the battlefield, I can't possibly imagine what that means. And I'm really sorry for anybody that has lost somebody, a friend, a brother, a sister, in that mayhem. And I just thank you all so much for your service and everything that you've done. And I hope that being grateful isn't a political ideology at this point. Cheers, guys.